How's it going, folks? Welcome to another fun at-home abridged table read. Tonight, we are doing basically the last dying breaths of the DCEU. We're covering a lot of movies today, from Aquaman to The Flash. You'll hear about all of those titles when we do our intros. But I'm really excited for this one. You know, the abridged ones are always fun, and tackling something like the DC movies, I think will be even more fun. So let's jump right into introducing ourselves. I'm Logan. I'll be doing action description.
I'm Curtis. I'm be playing Dwayne Johnson.
Oh yeah, that's me. I was looking on the list. I'm Anne. I'll be Gal Gadot.
Hello, I'm George. I'll be Chris Pine.
I'm Auntie, and I'll be Margot Robbie.
I'm Kevin. I'll be Ezra Miller.
Anyway, off we go. The Last Breath, the DCEU Abridged. Aquaman by Chris W. Shazam by Chris W. Wonder Woman 84 by Alex W. The Suicide Squad by Alex W. Black Adam by Rod. Shazam Fury of the Gods by me, Logan. And The Flash by Rod. Fade in. Exterior, a lighthouse, aka the Fortress of Fishitude, 1985. A thunderstorm is testing the strength of Temura Morrison's toupee when he discovers an unconscious Nicole Kidman.
Gads. A pretty blonde woman is washed up from the ocean in a tacky sequin leotard, and she's wounded. I'd better not call an ambulance or the police and instead let her crash on my couch.
He does this. Nicole wakes up and immediately tries to kill Temura.
I had a terrible dream. I'm not even going to try Australian. I had a terrible dream. I was being attacked by a TV, and oh, fuck a TV. Yeah, so I'm the Queen of Atlantis, and I'm engaged to some cuck who we never see or get this side of the story, but trust me, he's a huge wanker. He thought Jared Leto was the best Joker.
Go to wanker.
Yeah, I know, right? Fucking moron. So I ran away because I'm a strong, independent woman who don't need no man.
Well, in my culture, if you stab a dude's TV with a giant pitchfork, you must have his baby.
Well, in Atlantean culture, if you make a woman a cup of tea, she automatically falls in love with you. So it works both ways.
They waste no time making baby Jason Momoa.
Though I guess Atlantis has forgotten all about you and found a new ruler by now.
Oh, I hope so. I mean, can you imagine if they came looking for me and I chose to stay near the ocean, right where I washed up, instead of far inland where people couldn't possibly...
They are attacked by Atlanteans in, like, reverse diving suits full of water. It's weird.
Oh, you see, regular Atlanteans can't breathe air like me because reasons. So they wear Iron Man-ish water suits or they will suffocate. So here, let me show you.
Ruthlessly murders them all.
Oh, so I gotta go back to Atlantis and have that other prick's baby in order to keep little Jason safe. See ya!
Becomes a deadbeat mom. Interior aquarium, the 90s. Young Jason is being harassed by some bullies when he uses his fish powers to control a shark and scare them.
Fine, we'll just wait until we're back on the playground, far, far away from any dangerous sea life, and beat your ass then.
Fuck!
Gets his ass beaten later that day. Interior Russian mob with extra Russian dressing, present day. Pirate Michael Beach bonds with his adult son, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, by dropping some Russian semen. Shoot some Russian semen. Nope, that's worse. They kill submariners, okay?
Oh, I'm both parts. Okay. I am so proud of you, son. Here, have this knife. It belonged to your grandfather who fought in World War II. Yes, he would be so honored to know he risked his life so his son and grandson can murder innocent people for profit.
But their pirate party is crashed by Jason Momoa, who is shirtless for reasons.
Permission to come aboard.
Flexes his pecs.
Oh, permission granted.
Jason imagines those bullies from earlier as he kicks some pirate ass. Michael gets himself trapped under a torpedo.
Please, Aqua Jason, save my dad.
You guys killed innocent people and tried to shoot my sexy face. Fuck y'all.
Jason leaves Michael to die. Yaya vows revenge! Interior, underwater Wakanda, Atlantis. Everybody can talk underwater. Somehow. It's not the silliest thing in this movie. That would be the battle sharks. Yes, battle sharks with saddles and armor. And if anyone scrolls down and says they were cool or they were their favorite part of the movie, you're wrong. Stop typing. Anyway, Atlantis is currently being ruled by Nicole's other son and Jason's half-brother, Eminem.
Oh, you mean me? I'm the Ocean Master. Yes, I'm the Ocean Master. All these other Ocean Masters are just imitating. So I'm the villain. I need to rally a bunch of other sea kingdoms to my cause of conquering the land dwellers, which includes King Dolph Lundgren.
Mers Mora Mana Mers Manga Mangala.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Who gave all the important political exposition to Dolph? He sounds like a blender full of rock candy on top of a cement mixer.
Kaboom! They're attacked by a Russian sub Yaya captured that Patrick easily destroys. This persuades Dolph to join Patrick.
Oh, fuck, Yaya. When I pay for a false flag attack, I expect something more on the scale of Benghazi, not Jussie Smollett. Yaya, you there?
Sorry, lost my spot.
Bottom of
It was Jason's fault for damaging the sub.
here. Use his advanced Atlantis tech to kill Jason. I realize you're a stupid air-breathing surface human, so just read the manual and I'm sure you'll be...
Yaya figures out this totally unknown alien tech in milliseconds and rewires it all to make a cool-ass Black Manta suit in half a millisecond. It even has an extra microsecond to repaint it.
Fine. How did you do that so fast? This has to be the dumbest part of the movie.
Battle sharks.
Right, battle sharks, right.
Meanwhile, in a bar near Jason's lighthouse, Jason is confronted by Amber Heard and her cartoonishly red hair.
Who the hell are you supposed to be? Ariel's granddaughter?
Wait, like, you don't remember me? We had like a 10-minute underwater conversation in the Justice League.
No one remembers that shit. Reintroduce yourself for all the new aroused females in the audience.
I'm Dolph's daughter. And my superpower is I can beat up old dudes and convince anyone I'm the victim.
I can vouch for this.
Oh, and Jason, I need you to overthrow your brother, Patrick, and become the king of Atlantis. Thanks.
No.
Patrick causes a tsunami that nearly kills Temura.
Oh, I'm going to overthrow the shit out of Patrick.
Amber uses her underwater shrimp car to take Jason to Atlantis. Interior, Atlantis on the Vegas Strip. Jason meets his childhood mentor, Willem Dafoe.
Hey, wait a minute. Why didn't I get some of that sweet de-aging CGI like Nicole and Temura?
Because you look just as ghoulish now as you did 20 years ago. Anyway, I'm here to fuck up Patrick so I can go home.
You can't beat Patrick unless you have the ancient trident, which caused Atlantis to sink into the ocean.
Wait, so Atlanteans used to live on the surface? Then how did they evolve to breathe underwater? I mean, didn't they all drown when Atlantis sunk? Why the hell did they build an advanced civilization underwater instead of just finding a new place on the surface? How does this fit into Stargate continuity?
These questions, blammo! Jason is captured by Patrick.
I blame you for my mom's death, since my dad had Nicole killed for giving birth to you.
Then shouldn't you blame your dad?
Hey, you're right. Let's end this sibling rivalry and rule Atlantis together.
Really? That's awesome. I never thought.
I was kidding, stupid. I guess all your brains are in your tits. Prepare to die.
Well, I'm the hero, so clearly I'm going to mop the floor with you, Slim Shady.
Look at the runtime.
Realizes the movie's only halfway over.
Fuck!
Jason gets his tight little ass kicked. Amber rescues him because,
Wait, are we a thing? I thought you and Patrick were a couple.
Oh, we were, and then I saw you shirtless, and there's literally my entire motivation for betraying my father, my fiance, risk being exiled from my home, all because of those luscious man titties of yours.
Well then, I suppose we had better go chase down that magical trident. To Africa. Woohoo!
Exterior Sahara Desert. Jason and Amber buy a passage on a cargo plane with pirate treasure. Again, not the dumbest thing in this movie. Then Jason and Amber jump out of a plane.
Oh yeah. What exactly are the limits of our powers?
Well, we're gonna get punched in the face with explosions later, so my guess is somewhere between Kryptonian, and that's what the writer wrote. Fuck you.
They go on a treasure hunt and do some Indiana Jones-ing for each other until... Ahem. Yeah, I'm a she. Technically, I'm a transgender explosion. Inclusivity at all. Anyway. Jason and Amber are attacked by Yaya, who's wearing his D-list Power Ranger villain suit.
My helmet looks like the one of the robots in Shopping Mall. And if you haven't seen that movie, shame on you. It has a great exploding head death, which I am about to reenact on Jason.
They fight! Meanwhile, Amber brutally abuses a guy. Then she arrives on set and fights some Atlantean bad guys.
Taste my energy beams, fucker.
Jason is hit with a dozen explosions in his face, then is stabbed and slashed multiple times, falls off a cliff, and wins.
Hey, that's bullshit.
That's what the writers wrote.
Yaya has his shit fucked all the way up. Interior, the center of the earth. Wow, we're jumping ahead, aren't we? Jason and Amber fight off an army of rejected Demogorgon concept art and arrive at Isla Nublar, in the core of the center of the earth, with dinosaurs and shit. Again, not the dumbest thing. Amber is rescued by a woman in a fish suit.
5.
Wow, you look great.
Yeah, you better say I look great, or else shitlords are going to butt hurt for making fun of a woman in her 50s.
Only if they're pregnant and don't understand how menopause works.
Gratuitous Bird Box script reference. The ancient trident is being guarded by a giant talking leviathan who we can assume is non-binary.
I'm Mary Poppins, bitch. You are unworthy of the trident.
Yes, I am.
Smolders and blows them a kiss.
Holy fuck, you're sexy. Take the trident and my phone number too. I mean, no underwater, but I am so freaking wet.
Exterior Atlantis. There's a huge ass underwater battle going on with hundreds of animators spending hours, weeks, and months of their short lives on this earth, rendering for our viewing pleasure, only for assholes on the internet to dismiss their hard work as meh.
Come on, man. We're way cooler than the battle rhinos in that other 2018 superhero movie about the king of an advanced hidden culture being usurped by the king's blood relative. Please love us.
No, you still suck. Fuck you.
So, Jason, I see your new trident is as big as mine. Let us fight right next to the huge spinning propellers of death.
Dude, I'm wearing a metal yellow sweater and metal green sweatpants and somehow don't look ridiculous while outgrossing Justice League. I even managed to court a bigger portion of women than the girl power superhero movie Captain Marvel. I've already won.
Hey, at least my mom isn't dead. I'm sorry, Mama. I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry, but tonight I'm cleaning out my tackle box.
Jason is my favorite. I'll always love him more. I wish we had Planned Parenthood in Atlantis.
Patrick cries himself into a nervous breakdown.
Gonna put that Mother of the Year award right next to my Oscar. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go sit on Temura's face. So like, I guess that means Jason and I are gonna hook up and get married.
I've heard what you do to your husbands, so no. kindly fuck off, please.
Hey, it's me, douchebag Elon Musk. You dodged a bullet, trust me.
End. Interior post-credit sequence. Yaya is rescued and bandaged up by wacky conspiracy theorist Randall Park.
Bring me the head of Jason. Wait a minute. Did you make me a cup of tea?
That depends. Did you smash my TV? They fall in love and make a baby. End. Fade in. Exterior Christmas 1974. We are introduced to our first potential hero, young Mark Strong, who is magically transported to a Narnia cave and meets old white bearded Jaimin Hanchu.
Why are you dressed like blaxploitation Gandalf after 5 shots of tequila?
I am a wizard with magical superpowers, but I'm old and so I must pass my power onto a worthy child.
But why a child specifically? Most kids can't even be trusted with the Wi-Fi password, let alone handling dangerous superpowers.
Because them's the rules. It's my duty to guard the demonic 7 deadly sins, which are like murky Pokemon monsters encased in these statues when I have stored 6 feet away from this evil orb that gives them all their power.
Oh, evil orb, you say?
Is immediately drawn to the dark side.
Holy shit, kid, you went straight to an evil. You didn't even try to stop yourself.
Doesn't that mean I'm the chosen Mary Sue?
In a Ryan Johnson shitfest, maybe, but not here. You're drawn to evil, so that means you're not worthy. I doomed you to a career playing villains in comic book movies. Last year is not that bad of a movie.
That doesn't sound so bad.
Including Green Lantern.
No! I vow revenge. I'll get you for this Black Santa.
Is Narnia back to the real world? Interior Philadelphia, present day. We're introduced to our second potential kid hero, Asher Angel, who endears himself to the audience by locking some cops in a store and stealing their cop car. And their lunch, which is a real dick move.
Fuck. I know this looks bad, but let me show you this flashback where I got separated from my mom at a carnival when I was little. And now I'm an orphan. I'm just using this police laptop to track her down to this address.
Wait, how are you an orphan? Did the police not go to your mom's house? Or find her next of kin? Where's your dad?
In jail.
So does he not have any family you could stay with either? How horrible of a little kid were you?
I posted our Wi-Fi password on Twitter.
She slams the door in Asher's face. Interior Diversity House. Asher is placed with a new foster family. A colorful one.
Hi, Asher. I decided to take a break from killing zombies and become your new foster dad. I'm also half Jewish and half Samoan.
And I'm your foster mom and Spanish.
Why are you guys telling me your racial background?
Because comic book movies are mainstream now and we have boxes to check. Now meet your new foster siblings. Hey, Asher. My notable character traits are being black, adorable, and black adorable.
My noble stereotypes are being good at video games and good at being Asian.
Kevin, that one's you.
Where? Oh, bottom. Whoops. Sorry. I'm Salvadorian and fat. All my dialogue is grunts.
Now, unfortunately, we all had to also adopt some pale-faced kids, so here they are.
I'm really obsessed with getting into college debt. I'm also female. That literally is the extent of my character.
And lastly, I'm going to be Asher's best friend, who's a cripple. I also have extensive knowledge of superheroes, as well as a sock drawer full of knockoff DCEU merch.
Okay, I guess I get this diverse cast of characters is pulled straight from the comic, but it's odd that the white kids are still the only ones with any semblance of being interesting beyond their ethnicity.
That's because you're not a good writer, Asher. Then you'd know quota filling trumps character building every time.
Well, it's not too late. All the foster kids besides Jack and I could still be given enough screen time to become compelling, fleshed out characters that will make the audience care about them beyond being children in danger.
No such thing happens. Interior Jaimin's man cave. Adult Mark Strong has spent the last 45 years figuring out how to magic his way back to Jaimin's cave using wingdings and succeeds.
You told me I wasn't worthy of your power, so I'm going to take the evil orb and release the 7 deadly sin demons and let them live inside my body, thus proving your point.
I am too weak to stop you, so I suppose you'll kill me so I can't pass my powers on to someone else.
Excellent idea. A lightning blast should do the trick.
But I have a huge neon lightning bolt symbol on my chest. I'm pretty sure that won't hurt.
Is hit with a lightning blast and flung across the room, then naps.
You mean lightning didn't kill the guy with lightning powers? He's old. I'm sure he shit himself. That's way more permanent than death.
Exterior high school. Asher arrives with his new foster brothers and sisters.
I'm so glad you're with us, Asher. I can't wait to be the bestest foster sister in the world.
Get lost, Duck McStuffins. I only care about myself. I'll never think of any of you losers as my family.
Faith has her heart crushed into a fine dust.
Holy shit, Asher, are you sure you're the hero? Thanos is better with kids than you. We need to show you doing something noble, so I'll throw my face in some bullies' fists.
Jack is attacked by bullies.
Not my problem, handyman. Peace out. Unless the bullies make fun of you for not having a mommy, which triggers my insecurities, then I might help. But only for selfish reasons.
They do, and he does. Asher escapes into a subway car where the magical wingdings transports him to Jaimin's pedo cave.
Congrats, Asher. You get to have my powers, not because you're worthy, but only because I am about to croak and don't have time to find someone better.
Sorry, African Thor, but I don't answer literal calls to adventure, so no thanks.
I don't have time to argue. Now grab my power staff and say my name.
Dude, I'm still a minor.
Do as I say, boy.
Okay. What's your superhero name?
Captain Marvel.
Wait, so you're the Rosa Parks female hero superhero character?
Wait, I forgot. Marvel Comics hoodwinked me out of using that name. I mean, there are only so many captains to go around. There's even one for underpants.
But you've worked with the MCU one in her origin movie. Is she nice and easily to get along with?
So in order to get my powers, you need to say my other superhero name. That sounds a little too similar to Shaq's rapping genie.
Shazachary.
Asher transforms into ridiculously dressed Superman Zachary Levi.
Wow! I'm a 40-year-old in a foam muscle costume, so what are my powers and how do I use them?
Jaimin Honshu disintegrates.
No! I'm allergic to human ashes.
Sneezes Jaimin all over the place. Exterior diversity house. Zachary seeks the help of Jack.
Hey, it's me, Asher. I'm a superhero. You know all about the geeky man baby incel stuff, so help me figure out my powers.
Let's test them by stopping random crimes that happen right next to us, then exploit said powers for personal gain.
A mugging suddenly appears.
I have super speed. I'll probably have to wait a while for another crime too.
A convenience store robbery conveniently appears conveniently.
Destroy private property with these. I can also charge and expose my phones with lightning powers. All right, so how do we make money off this?
You mean so I can get my disability fixed? That's real nice of you.
No. So I can profit. This is still about me because I'm a shithead. Keep up, Lurch.
Meanwhile, interior John Glover's company board meeting. Mark drops in on his emotionally abusive father, John Glover.
Son, why do I have a full head of hair while you look like Mr. Clean after he's been on a hunger strike for 6 weeks?
For years you mocked me and told me I was just imagining being abducted by a crazy old wizard and taken to his magic cave with demon statues and evil IKEA orbs. A small child wouldn't just make something like that up. Now I'm going to make you suffer in the most horrifically graphic way possible.
Yeah, right. This is a children's film with families and little kids in the audience. What are you gonna do? Have your demon buddies violently murder your much more beloved older brother and my entire board of directors in a gruesome, hyper-violent Evil Dead 2 style goriness?
That totally fucking happens. Kids in the audience are ushered out of the theater screaming. That totally happens too.
Why do my children keep turning into comic book villains?
Is eaten. That was a little too intense, so let's cut to exterior Philadelphia. Zachary and Jack are busy doing all kinds of fun, wacky, kid-friendly stuff.
YouTube star! We're racking up all kinds of ad revenue!
Shit, all our videos have been demonetized because some guy named MCU Rules 99 thinks you're alt-right because you gave Black Panther 4 stars instead of 5.
Jack, I'm picking up a friendship because they're still a conceited little prick. Now, I need to do something heroic again to get the audience back on my side.
Zachary uses his lightning powers and nearly kills a bus full of people, but then saves them. Everybody praises Zachary.
The fuck? He caused the accident! How does no one see this?
Jealous because I have powers and you don't.
Of course I'm jealous. I'd actually use the powers to fucking help people, you pathetic asshole. I really wish someone would put you in your place.
You wish. Too bad I don't have any arch nemesis who's a mirror image of me with similar abilities, but who actually learned how to master superpowers instead of mastering Instagram.
Mark swoops in and beats Zachary's ass right into a big reference.
Transfer your power over to me, or this ass beating will continue until they release the Snyder Cut.
Oh, so until hell freezes over, screw this! Zachary!
Transforms back into Asher and runs away like a little bitch.
No matter, I'll just threaten Jack to tell me who Zachary is.
I'll never tell you.
Is shown the boardroom scene from earlier.
Fuck that. Shit, his name is Asher, and he lives in the Diversity House in Mount Strong, sir.
He's not eaten. Exterior Asher's mom's housing project. Asher finds where his real mom lives and meets her.
Mommy? I'm so sorry I got lost. Now we can be a family. Hey, why didn't you look for me?
Because I abandoned you. I was an entitled 17-year-old single mother who wanted to have fun and party free of any responsibilities. And well, I couldn't do that with a little ankle biter like you to take care of, so I dumped you, like the selfish brat I am. But we're still cool, right?
What kind of mother has no qualms throwing their child away like a box of unsold Justice League DVDs?
I'm a millennial. Personal accountability is my kryptonite. If you think about it, my self-centeredness led you to becoming a superhero, so you really should be thanking me for your ungrateful little cunt waffle.
Clearly, I got my personality from you.
Yeah, unlike my any birthday presents or hugs or brotherly love. Don't let the door hit you, and the abandonment issues on their way out.
Interior Diversity House. Mark holds Jack, Faith, Grace, Ian, and Jovan hostage. Asher transforms back into Zachary.
Give me your power, I will kill them all. Don't make me show you what I did to Lionel Luthor.
Okay. Just don't hurt my family. We're your family?
Broken Heart reforms.
No, Asher, we can't let you do this. You're a legit family now. Everyone defend Asher by throwing random objects at Mark, who has magical demon powers.
That distracted me long enough for you guys to escape. Wait, did I just see crocodiles in suits playing cards? The fuck was that?
Exterior Carnival. Zachary and the Zachettes are chased by Mark, who unleashes the 7 deadly sin demons to terrorize the carnival.
You're in for it now, Mark.
Gets his ass beat. Jack, Faith, Grace, Ian, and Jovan are all captured.
Again? Damn it, guys, I love you, but you're useless.
Yeah, it's a good thing you can't, share your powers with them. Oh, no, that's not happening, is it?
Zachary!
Transforms into superpowered adult versions of themselves.
All right, guys, all right. It took me the entire movie to master my powers, so don't be embarrassed if it takes you all twice, all right? Maybe even 3 times as long to...
Jack, Faith, Grace, Ian, and Jovan instantly master all their powers instantly.
Now, fuck every last one of you.
The Zack squad handle the demons whilst Zachary fights Mark in the air while flying past a de-aged Zack Snyder reenacting the plot of VHS. Or BVS.
VHS, I love it. I figured out when the demons are out of your body, you are vulnerable.
Haha. But I still have one last demon in my weird glass eye orb thingy. I simply won't let it come out.
What if I insult the size of its cock?
Seriously? It's a demon. That'll never work.
It works. Zachary traps all the demons back in their vintage packaging and proves he is indeed worthy of the powers and accepts his foster family as his family.
So we all just get to
keep our powers?
Hey, I broke the power staff, so yeah, I guess. But we're responsible kids, right? It's not like one of us will do something as petty as, use these magical powers to get more popular at school or anything.
Yeah, about that.
Interior high school.
In my jealousy of Asher, I kind of told everyone I was friends with Zachary and that he'd show up to school and have lunch with me, thus making me more popular.
Well, here I am, and look, I brought a friend.
Hey, I'm too busy starring in a franchise I actually care about, so you don't get to neck down.
End. Interior post-credit scene. Mark is in prison and forged an alliance with a talking alien worm. Right.
Still not as weird as the farting goat in Doom Patrol, or the beard-eating guy in Doom Patrol, or the talking street in Doom Patrol.
Silly human. No one watches Doom Patrol.
But it has Alan Tudyk and James Bond and a sort of Brendan Fraser-looking Brendan Fraser. What if it doesn't get a second season?
Just rename it Supernatural, and it'll get 1 billion more seasons. Interior post-credit scene, or post-credit sequence.
Aquaman, you should see Aquaman. I love Aquaman.
Aquaman!
But seriously, watch Doom Patrol.
End. Fade in. We open with a grand mythical IMAX edition of Amazonian Ninja Warrior, which contributes absolutely nothing to the story except to put Connie Nielsen and Robin Wright into the opening credits. We fast forward to Interior Mall, Washington, D.C., the year 1984. The heist is underway. Wonder Gadot bursts in and uses her tiara to smash all the security cameras in one area of the mall before leaping and fighting all over the mall.
He's pulling this out.
Thanks to Batman versus Superman, I must preserve this bizarre alternate timeline where nobody in 1984 has heard of Princess Diana.
406 books have been banned. Just last.
If you're so intent on anonymity, why do you wear that bright, flashy, distinctive uniform?
Look, people are complaining I don't wear the outfit enough as it is.
Wonder Gadot uses an impressive combo of lasso tricks, combat skill, floor sliding, lasso tricks, inspiring young girls, and even more lasso tricks to utterly curb stomp the incompetent goober robbers that barely warranted 30 seconds of her time.
There. I hope everyone appreciated all the 1980s references we packed into this scene because we mentioned the 80s like twice more, and that's it.
Interior the Smithsonian Institute, where you can apparently hold the same job for hundreds of years and nobody asks questions. At her day job, Gal, who is good in heels, meets new hire Kristen Wiig, who is terrible in heels.
Hi, I'm a quirky, awkward character who talks under her breath a lot. Gosh, you so
Drops files all over the floor.
The FBI needs our help identifying this black market stuff from the mall heist. All they found was this packing slip that said, paid for by Pedro Pascal. Please deliver to Pedro Pascal, ain't care of Pedro Pascal. And they're stumped.
Some of it's clearly fake. I mean, look at this dumb stone. It says can grant wishes.
Falls into a swimming pool.
Well, I wish I had coffee.
I wish I had Chris Pine back.
Sorry, due to pandemic restrictions, your wish is being held at the warehouse. Expect delivery within 5 business days.
And I wish I was as strong and sexy as cool as Gal.
On it. Say, did you want to add anything about having her resistance to electricity, maybe? Or...
Huh? What? Why
Never mind. The next day, despite her previous struggles with heels, Kristen is now great in heels. Also, she has cat-like reflexes and blah blah. But more importantly, the staff is visited by the Maxwell Lordian himself, Pedro Pascal.
Hello, everyone. You probably recognize me and my face from all my TV commercials, starting my face as I've done. I've donated a heap of money of your department, and there's a huge party tonight to celebrate.
Actually, I don't own a TV. Also, people who go to parties are assholes. Non-vegans are pure scum.
Forms a high school clique.
Thing is, the party scene is literally the only one with any actual 80s music in it, so it kind of has to happen.
Ugh, fine. See you there.
Interior, big fancy ass party. Gal Gadot arrives in a stunning high couture dress because having utterly no social life is no excuse not to maintain your wardrobe. After deflecting wave after wave of creepazoid losers, she finally runs into... Gal, look, it's me, Chris Pine. I can prove it. I know 2 lines of dialogue from the last movie.
Yes, I see now. It really is you, and you've taken over the body of some random innocent man. Why couldn't you just appear out of thin air like lots of other wishes are going to do? This is an unnecessary wrinkle, adds a whole lot of unpleasant implications.
Yeah, it really, really does. But hang on, what if we just never think about it?
Deal.
Interior, Pedro HQ. Meanwhile, Pedro, having successfully romanced the stone away from Kristen, takes it back to his office, which may be all fancy downstairs, but upstairs is not fancy. Yes, this bombastic TV personality may talk a big business game, but is just a bankrupt fraud, has Russian assistants, well, you get the idea.
All right, Stone. I've been preparing for this moment for years. I wish to be you, to be the stone itself.
What, really? You realize that totally opens the door for me to turn you to stone, right? What happened to wishing for infinite wishes? All that prep, and this is what you come up with?
If you stonify me, the movie ends right here, so just do what I want. I must acquire all the power I can to gain my child's respect when I grudgingly see him on alternate weekends.
Dude, don't tempt me with ending the movie early, but okay. The stone crumbles as Pedro takes its power.
Now I can trick people into making wishes as they touch me and magically take any payment in return that I want, no matter how nonsensical. That second part's a bit convoluted, so we'd better not explain it to an hour or so.
Interior, Chris's place the next morning. After a night of putting their bodies together, Gal and Chris decide to put their heads together.
We should figure out how this happened. There might be a grave consequences to this kind of magical power being let loose. And, oh wait, 1980s setting. When must do goofy 1980s clothes montage?
Yes, give me all the 1980s clothes. Why make the costume department choose when I can wear all of them?
Oh, so 80s. Well, that was fun. But time to settle out the fairly non-goofy outfit that we can get back to the serious task of, oh wait, last movie I was in the fish out of water. Now it's you. Oh, must we reverse fish montage?
Yes, please. Yay, sightseeing. What in God's name is all this?
Look, subways that don't stop. Oh, yay. Well, oops. Well, it seems like we're gallivanting around. Pedro has been busy accumulating wealth and power, and now he's in Cairo to kick things up a notch.
We've got to get there. But to do that, we'd need some sort of jet.
Yes, let's see if we can find a jet.
Exterior, the Smithsonian. Gal takes Chris to the museum's back lot of archived jets that are kept fully fueled and maintained and ready to fly at a moment's notice.
Oh, yeah, of course I can pilot this airplane 60 years into my future. Sure, an escalator made me soil my britches, but still.
And suddenly I can make things invisible.
Makes jet disappear.
Yes, finally. Finally, I have an invisible jet. Ooh, which reminds me, I should learn to fly this in this movie, thus making the invisible jet pointless. Chris, how do you fly?
Actual line.
It's so easy, really. It's about wind. It's about air. You ride it, catch it, join with it. Also, having a plane helps, like, a lot.
Huh. I see. Anyway, now we can fly to Egypt and thwart Pedro before he unleashes untold havoc. And ooh, that fireworks! Wow, fly through the fireworks! Pretty, pretty fireworks, Chris! Pretty.
Look, if I fly higher, fireworks through clouds even more pretty.
So pretty.
Hours pass. Exterior Cairo the next day. In exchange for destabilizing the Middle East and the world economy, Pedro scores himself a security detail and some military vehicles. Talk about art of the deal. On a desert highway, Pedro's convoy zooms past a taxi with Gal and Chris in it.
There he is. Why don't we ditch the invisible jet for a beat up taxi? Anyway, let's get him.
Magically summons her Wonder Gadot costume.
Okay, look, you were so not wearing your costume under that flimsy blouse. Come on. I distinctly remember that last movie you had to carry it around.
Yeah, time to go Raiders on this bitch.
Wonder Gadot begins wrecking the desert convoy all Indiana Jones style.
Oh, I gotta say, this random love-handled engineer I possess is in seriously great shape.
However, Gal gets wounded. Between that and having to save the world's most oblivious children, Pedro gets away, leaving Gal and the kids lying in the middle of the road.
Don't worry, I skidded my tank to within an inch of you. You're safe.
Can't help but notice everyone else just casually drove around us. The only vehicle that almost smushed us was you.
I'm worried, Gal. You're clearly not at full power. And even worse, your theme music lost the electric cello. Something's not right.
We can fret about that. We can't fret about that now. Let's see if Kristen's found any more plot.
Hey guys, so yeah, the entire Smithsonian library was useless, but then I stumbled onto some random ass flyer that just happened to have the address of a guy who just happened to have an ancient book that explains everything. Anyway, seems like the stone is a monkey's paw situation where it grants wishes but extracts a terrible cost, yada yada yada. But we're all cool with that, right? Right?
It's as I feared. To avert utter catastrophe, we'll need to get everyone to renounce their greatest dearest wish. Well, that should be easy. It's not like we'd be asking anything astronomical, like wearing a piece of cloth over half your face for a few weeks, for fuck's sake.
Interior of the White House. Pedro keeps granting wishes, but it's never enough. So he somehow gets someone to wish for him to meet President Not-Reagan.
Hack. Oh, shit. I'm getting more and more ill, which I guess is my terrible price that I'm paying to myself since I'm the stone now. Anyway, tell me your wish, President Reagan.
More nukes, of course. That's lots and lots of nukes everywhere. And hey, if we all get blown up, I'll just run on a low taxes platform next time.
Done. In return, I want all your power and authority. But also, I'm a sovereign nation, but one that gives the USA orders. I don't even know. What's that?
Oh, that's a bullshit thing we have that can broadcast a signal to every screen on Earth, all at once. It also wakes up the part of the Earth that is asleep and makes them watch TV.
I could use this to gather wishes from the whole world all at once. Okay, even for this movie, that's nonsense. But I can make someone's wish that this stupid plan works, and then it will. That is literally what happens.
Pedro and his new Secret Service detail start heading out. But wait, Wonder Gadot has tracked them down using her secret monitors that hack into all the security cameras she hasn't already smashed.
I've got you lassoed, Pedro. Now to show you the truth about your motivations with a flashback to your horrible childhood, which will solve everything. Actually, I guess it's too soon for that. Fight time!
It seems the day is won, but Kristen Wiig arrives with torn stockings now.
I can't let you do this, gal. I'm good in heels now. You hear? Good.
Also beats up guards.
No, Kristen, you can't harm these innocent guards. That's evil.
Gal, a minute ago you exploded a ceramic vase into a dude's face. He could be blind. You threw randos into a wall all the time. Your boyfriend has been dragging an innocent man into constant mortal danger for days. I'm keeping my wish, even at the terrible cost of not being a simpering pushover.
Kristen mops the floor with Gal and Chris and escapes with Pedro. Exterior Washington. Gal and Chris stagger through rampaging hordes of Porsches and hippies and cows as society begins to fall apart.
The world needs you, Gal. You have to let me go. I mean, by all rights, I should only have been in the first movie anyway.
Well, though it pains me, I renounce my wish. I selflessly reclaim all my strength and power and immortality and general awesomeness.
Gal walks away and then runs and runs and then flings her lasso and soars upwards.
Now that I'm a few miles up, maybe it's a good time to learn that whole flying thing.
Sure enough, she is soon flying for rails.
I know the world's going to hell by the second, but let's take some time to appreciate this.
Tries various flying poses.
And let's pick up some speed by lassoing a cloud. Seriously? Okay, back to work. But first, a quick detour to grab my formidable winged golden battle tank armor that I probably should have put on the second I became vulnerable to bullets.
On her way, Gal also lassos some lightning bolts, which the trailer kind of suggests would be a bigger moment. Interior military bunker. Pedro uses the ridiculous nonsense thing to broadcast everywhere on Earth.
Attention, world! Wish for anything you want, and I shall grant it. In exchange, I will only take your health and life force, which... won't that kill everyone? And if the cast of cats could please make a wish so I can give Kristen your makeup and costume in exchange, that'd be swell.
But outside, almost 5 full seconds of actual electrical cello theme music announces the arrival of Golden Wonder Godot. She clobbers some fully innocent and magically controlled soldiers, but then...
Wahaha! Time for some CGI nonsense and super low lighting. Just what everyone's been waiting for.
They fight! Or rather, Gal stands still while Kristen demolishes her winged shield until it's gone. Then they fight, in dramatic Cirque du Soleil fashion. They fall into water with loose wires nearby.
Surrender, Kristen. Renounce, or I shall flat out murder your ass by dunking us both in the electrified water.
But how am I supposed to have your powers? So how come the electricity zaps me, but not you? This is some kind of bullshit.
Get zapped.
Poop. I guess I'm dead. I was hoping to return.
But not actually dead.
Oh, cool.
But definitely not Cheetah anymore. Gal rushes inside and finds Pedro surrounded by light and wind.
I have achieved my ultimate goal of having my own podium and lots of wind. Foolish mortals, I shall take all of your wind.
Against all this wind, if only my lasso could work against things like air and clouds.
However, while Gal slumps in a corner defeatedly, her lasso sort of crawls over by itself off-screen and loops itself around Pedro.
Now I can talk to the entire planet. Attention, world. This is Wonder Godot. Please listen to me and renounce your wishes, just as I, Wonder Godot, have done. Only if everyone on Earth heeds my words can it be safe. Yours truly, Wonder Godot, Princess of the Amazons.
Oh, how's the whole anonymity thing going?
He smashes a security camera.
It's fine.
Oh no! Your lasso has shown me that the imminent worldwide nuclear attacks I've caused also threaten my kid. Okay, fine. I renounce my wish. There, that should also undo all the wishes I granted, right? Maybe wipe everyone's memories?
That would be a much cleaner wrap up now, that wouldn't it? But nope, everyone's got to renounce.
Um, I wish my husband didn't have Alzheimer's. Do I have to renounce that too?
No, look, apparently every single person on Earth made a horrible, selfish wish, and now each and every single person is going to have a huge change of heart and renounce it. Completely plausible on every level.
The presidential helicopter flies Pedro back to Washington just as a bonus freebie or whatever. Miraculously, Pedro finds his kid amongst all the rubble and they reconcile.
Oh, it's okay. Everyone.
Oh, it's everyone okay? His own kid still loves him. Stand down.
They go for ice cream. Exterior the next day. Oops, the release got pushed back by COVID, so let's say Labor Day, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. With all of Earth deciding to call a mulligan on the whole movie and say no hard feelings, everything is awesome. Gal wanders through Christmas Square and bumps into Random Guy. Hey, do you know what happened over the July 4th weekend? I blacked out for 5 days and apparently attacked the Secret Service. I just hope my body wasn't hijacked and used for sexual purposes without my consent, because that would be horrifying.
Wow, we just had to drive home our single worst story choice right at the end, didn't we? I'm not going to distract the audience from, oh, look, it's Linda Carter, everyone. Yay!
And so the movie audience gets their wish for a big budget streaming release, but pays the ironic price of it being terrible. End. Fade in. Exterior prison yard. Because we're in a James Gunn movie, we begin with Nathan Fillion, Sean Gunn, Michael Rooker, don't worry, the others will be along soon, who immediately murders a sweet, innocent bird because this movie stars villains. Sorry, the villains.
Okay, Rook. Excuse me. Okay, Rooker, time for another high-stakes mission for you to complete on threat of getting your head blown off. The fate of the world is at stake, but fuck calling these overpowered Justice League assholes. I'm obsessed with my escape from New York solution to everything, and by God, that's how I'm gonna roll.
Do I gotta memorize a bunch of lines for this job?
Almost none.
Cool.
Rooker and the team are flown to the fictional South American island of Corto Maltese, which, good thing there's lots of ocean on either side for all fictional islands that this continent has. Interior plane. On the plane, Joel Kinnaman and Margot Robbie prepare to lead the totes for sure 100% real only Suicide Squad into hostile territory.
Margot, aren't you and Ella J. Basco supposed to be living free with your tons of money from that stolen mob diamond?
Silly Joel. This is a DC movie. You know, continuity is a swear here.
I got a bad feeling about this. Sure, Joel and Margot are here, but I don't see Idris or Cena or the shark guy, and they featured pretty heavily in the posters and shit. We might be decoys. Come on, we gotta be the main squad. We have lots of quirky offbeat powers. I can detach my limbs. We got Sean Gunn as a large CGI weasel. Mei Ning is a cool looking alien. Flula Borg is Euro and has a javelin. Jack Courtney has goofy boomerangs. Plus, there's Pete and his bizarre power to keep getting acting gigs.
You're right. You guys are way more eclectic. I almost feel we should be stuck with this team for the whole movie instead.
They land and get immediately slaughtered, except for Joel and Margot, who get captured. Rooker tries to flee, so Viola explodes his fucking head, which also gives us a sweet Belko experiment callback. Exterior, elsewhere on the island. On a different beach, the true main characters arrive.
I play Deathstroke. Sorry, Deadshot. Sorry, Bloodsport. I'm good with weapons and I fight good.
I'm Peacemaker. I'm also good with weapons and I also fight good. Plus, I have the extra power of having already lined up an HBO Max series, so good luck killing me off.
I hope we can save Kinnaman and Robbie. We'll need their powers of being good with weapons and fighting good. Too bad we lost Rooker. His fighting good power.
We better lampshade this brutal monotony of skills in the actual movie. Oh, we did. Awesome. Now we're free and clear.
I'm big and strong, literal-minded, and have limited vocabulary. Basically, I'm Groot Drax.
I don't fight good, but I do have a magic wand that makes 2 million rats appear whenever they can swarm and defeat anything, so I guess I'm totally not useless. Also, let's just pretend this is a rat avatar.
And I shoot energy projectiles that destroy everything in their path. Holy fuck, how lame is that shit? I'll just constantly defer to the fight good people.
Please do, especially me, your reluctant leader. I'm only here because Viola threatened my daughter, with whom I have a strained relationship since.
Viola just struck a bomb in your head like the rest of us.
Yeah, she did that too, but you need more motivation for your lead character. I mean, what kind of total crap movie would leave it at a bomb in the head?
Well, shit, dude. I don't know how about Escape from fucking New York, the movie we reference every damn time. Get the fuck over yourself.
Okay, fine, but we need my extra backstory for my heartfelt resolution. My daughter has by herself watching TV I know nothing about.
They trek through the jungle a while so that Idris and Cena can search for new and exotic flora to measure their dicks with. Meanwhile, Sharkvester almost eats Daniela, and thus they become besties. Exterior guerrilla camp. The squad arrive to rescue Joel by murdering everyone in sight, even people taking a bath, because after all, they are the assholes.
Hey, what the fuck? These are good guys who rescued me. You shitheads ever heard of recon? Look, you're the military guy. The important thing is we zip right past any repercussions of this. Are we cool, rebel leader Alice Braga?
Yeah, it's fine. It turns out I still have a ton of troops to use in the big finale, so those other idiots, how can I help?
The bad guys have a hugely dangerous intergalactic organism stored in an experimental lab. Our mission is to find it and then be laughably out of the cloud.
The lab's run by Peter Capaldi. His powers are delivering Peter Capaldi monologues and having a light bright for a head. We're going to capture him in his favorite bar. First, though, we should rescue Margot. We really bonded during the last movie that now maybe never happened. I'm not sure.
Alice finds them a suicide van to pile into, and they head to the city. Interior presidential mansion. Meanwhile, Margot is taken to President Juan Diego Boto's house and given a generic floofy dress.
Oh, I got to wear my proper kick-ass Harley Quinn outfit for like 1.5 scenes. Way to go, everyone.
Welcome. The people demand I marry you because you're an international symbol of resisting America. Am I reading this right?
Man, keeps me alive and lets shoehorn a huge, long, drawn-out courtship montage into this thing. Plus, we can fuck right before I murder you. How zany is that?
Sorry, what?
Dead.
Keta! Waha, now I'm the main baddie. Okay, yes, we're all basically placeholders until finally Starro shows up. Just hold your horses.
Joaquin's men chain Margot in the basement and then zap her with a taser.
Taser again, my minions. Continue applying non-disfiguring, externally invisible torture. Haha! Unleash whatever foul techniques you have that can be completely shrugged off by the very next scene.
While I think about which fluffy pillow to gently prod Margot with, let me just check Twitter while standing with my back a third of an inch from her legs.
Oh, dead. Margot uses her superpower of walking around shooting people to escape, while the visual effects team provides a helpful distraction by snorting an entire room of cocaine and displaying random psychedelic graphics everywhere.
Appreciate it, gang.
Walks out. Interior, random bar in downtown Corto Maltese. The squad infiltrates the bar and prepare to take down super genius Peter Capaldi by getting shit-faced. Joel Kinnaman is 6'2", wearing a giant cowboy hat and a bright yellow shirt.
We left Sharkvester in the van, though, because he's too conspicuous.
Ah, there you are, Capaldi. Now take us to Starro.
Aren't you worried I'll use my big brain powers to outwit you, anticipate your plans, engage in various trickery?
Not really.
Well, good, because I don't do any of that. These plugs in my head may as well be extra scarf holders.
Just then, soldiers burst in and capture Joel, Cena, and Idris, while all the characters with actual superpowers get away, allowing for a big honkin' fight good versus fight less good escape sequence that brings us right back to where we were just before this sentence. Exterior, big, ominous experimental lab bunker thingy. Everyone hides in the suicide van so Peter can drive them inside.
Everyone lie low. We need to sneak past this set of guards so that we can then brazenly massacre the next set of guards.
They do this, and then split up to plant bombs all over the base. Joel, Cena, and Daniela use Peter to find the main lab.
Capaldi, monologue powers activate!
Reveals evil sonic screwdriver.
Over here is our dismemberment wing, where we try out various CGI effects and see exactly how far the studios will let us go. You'll notice they all have alien starfish on their face. That's because our main subject is, big shock, Starro, the giant alien starfish that was brought to Earth by some dumb, stupid American astronauts. For as we all know, American astronauts are particularly susceptible to idiotic...
Hey, watch yourself, pal. NASA's for all mankind.
Eats a slice of Apple Plus.
Anyway, yes, all this research has been run by the USA this whole time. I was about to recommend we teleport Starro to the center of New York and have it explode on arrival, thus forcing world peace when our funding got pulled.
Well, shit, we gotta blow the lid off this.
Grabs a hard drive labeled, "Please store all evidence the United States government is behind this program on this single drive." Okay, thanks!
Can't stop the signal. You know how every group mission has someone with a secret agenda? Well, this time it's me. My personal secret objective is to bury that evidence. So hand it over. Fuck you. My character is a permanent fixture of this group. You can't defeat...
Stabbed. Dies.
Oh yeah, classic gun subversion, baby. Now there's nobody to stop me.
However, explosions rock the base. A giant tentacle grabs Capaldi and drags him to his death as the entire structure begins trembling. In the chaos, Daniela grabs the drive.
So I figure maybe we can stop worrying about the drive for a minute, given the giant alien beast about to emerge and destroy us.
No, fuck that. Give me the drive. I must be the one holding it when we all get smushed like tinny bugs.
Okay, gosh, it would be handy to have a magic wand that could drown you under 2 million rats right now.
Instead, they do a chase. Cena corners Daniela and is about to murder her when... Idris, standing atop concrete slabs and smashing through the roof.
Hold it right there, Cena. There was a whole string of bullshit events that led to this. But let's not kill our momentum and going back and walking through all of it now.
Cena and Idris shoot at each other, but Idris's bullet flies right through Cena's and gets Cena right in the throat.
Aha, you made a crack about smaller bullets before, so I measured your bullets and had a batch specially made while we were running around the jungle.
Oh, but HBO Max. Oh.
Exterior, bustling streets of downtown Corto Maltese. The surviving squad gather outside just as Starro breaks free and shoots tiny Starros out of his armpits. Luckily, the squad and absolutely fucking zero other people think to cover their face, and they alone avoid becoming Starro zombies.
Sorry, I was kissing my cat. Okay, squad, your mission is bring the drive back to me and get Starro. I can't talk. And let Starro keep conquering the world. That way, the USA's involvement in the extinction of humanity can remain a secret.
Suppose we could. I'm sure Super-Cavill and Wonder Gadot will show up any time now to pummel this thing.
Yes, perhaps that's best. Our work here is done. But then again, maybe it's time to do what's right.
Starro rampaging through the city, murdering dozens of people every second.
After all, what will my daughter think? We may be reluctant heroes, but
Starro stomping innocent civilians into paste.
maybe true heroism is found not in respect, rather,
Starro jumping up and down in a children's hospital.
for what theory, therefore, is truth. If we listen to history, we might think,
For fuck's sake, dude, can we fight already?
yes, we shall. Everyone in stride with a measured, heroic pace towards the non-stop, catastrophic loss of life.
Hey, don't do that. I'm gonna crush your heads. I'll be crushing your heads. I'll see if my loyal staff is gonna help me push the head destruction buttons with extra emphasis, leading me a set sturdy golf or lending me a set of sturdy golf clubs, which they are handing over one by one using a large swinging motion.
Idris pulls out one of the over-the-top rocket raccoon guns.
Do I build these things myself? We've never seen any sign. I am mechanically inclined of anything anyway.
Shoots at Starro and achieves fuck all.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
I'll zap Starro by imagining it's my mom. I know we've leaned on this gag too much already, but where's the harm in going there just one more time? Smooshed.
I've still got Flawless Javelin. I'll stab Starro in the eye using my insane cloud powers.
Performs heroic leap, stabs Starro's eye, absorbs into the alien membrane, and grins like it's a bubble bath.
It's amazing what being dunked in chemicals can do for a gal.
Right? Is it finally time for me to end this?
Yep, got my cameo in. Off you go.
Okay.
Holds up wand, 2 million rats devour Starro.
Phew, that was close.
Plus, while you defeated Starro, I also defeated my fair rats, so really we contributed equally to our victory. And even though Joel did die trying to expose the truth, let's keep the drive secret in exchange for our freedom.
Idris's daughter, watching TV back in America.
That's my dad, helping to cover up government atrocities for his personal gain.
When exactly did I stop mattering in this entire movie? Chalk up another successful mission for the Suicide Squad. And the post-credit scenes reveal that CGI Sean Gunn and John Cena are in fact still alive. So start looking forward to the high-octane HBO series Weasel for Hire, starring CGI Sean Gunn. End. Fade in. Exterior Kondak. We are treated to a narrated backstory of Dwayne Johnson that will be repeated no fewer than 6 more times, at least once by the same narrator. Afterwards, we cut to Sarah Sahai, Ahmed Amer, and Marwan Kenzari driving into the desert.
Hurry! We have to steal the magical crown of Sabak from the cave in the desert before the evil occupying army, Intergang, gets their hands on it and uses it to make us refer to them by that stupid placeholder name of theirs.
You got it, sis. Hey, wait. If Intergang doesn't know where the crown is and we know they're after us, aren't we just leading them right to it, Indiana Jones style?
Don't worry about that. I'm sure there will be a series of puzzles or at least some dungeon crawling or something. That will slow them down.
There aren't. Sarah takes the crown almost effortlessly and is immediately swarmed by intergang goons.
Ah, classic double cross. I actually want the crown all for myself, Sarah. But I trusted you, so why didn't you just let me leave with it and then take it later after we store it as in a series of progressively less secure messenger bags? I couldn't risk trying to wear it and use the power it grants for yourself. Actually, come to think of it, why didn't you ever even consider doing that? In fact, nobody on your side considers doing it? Why don't you just destroy it? It can only be used for evil. It's not even how the protagonist gets his powers. Protagonist? You mean it's not me? Oh, fuck. Is this a vehicle for the...
Boom! Suddenly, Dwayne The Rock, stop calling me that, Johnson, explodes out of a stone tomb and starts laying absolute waste to the goons. He mercilessly murders them, spending the time to throw them around and bash them into things, even after establishing he can just point and explode them with lightning. In effect, he hopes you really enjoy watching it, because it comprises the next 45 minutes.
Now that I've watched you murder 40,000 guys, allow me to invite you into my home where you can hang out with my son in his bedroom. I trust you because you didn't kill me on sight, and the bar for men is real low.
Okay, but only if I can light something in this room on fire and have nobody even react to it.
Interior Sarah's house. Dwayne is greeted by Sarah's kid, Bodhi Sabongwi.
Oh. There we go. That's better. Hey, I'm your kid sidekick, and surely I'm related to the producer or something, because holy shit, this performance is rough. Anyway, I know you used to defend this land from like invaders in ancient times, and I was hoping you'd do it again because the guys here now yell at me for skateboarding so you can hurl them into the sun.
Look, kid, I hate kids and teamwork and heroics, and I damn sure hate having any kind of motivation. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to make sure I look like a giant toast to get out of hole in a black sock.
Wait, no, I need you to promise to stop killing people and try out some catchphrases. I thought, for you, an impossibly muscular movie star playing in a role where you are a stranger to our time and are devoid to your usual charisma.
Wait, are we doing a...
It's a Terminator 2, yeah.
Dwayne leaves by putting a series of giant holes into the wall, while somehow leaving the building intact, and starts murdering even more evil occupiers, like any dastardly supervillain would. Interior Justice Society headquarters. Aldous Hodge makes his first and final appearance, not looking fucking ridiculous in a Zoom meeting with Viola Davis.
Oh, right, Aldi. I'll need you to assemble a team of superpowered heroes, even though the only thing known about me is that I pulled together Suicide Squad, specifically because I do not have access to any superpowered heroes. Oh, sure thing. I guess this makes sense since we're like the B-Team Justice League and it's not like you're Superman's boss or anything. Very good point, but also I know Superman's boss now too, so now, what have you got? Well, I'm Falcon.
I'm a Doctor Strange.
I'm a Storm.
I'm an Ant-Man.
Perfect. Now, there's just no time to gather information on your target, so train any of these rookies. This should feel like it's an exhausting Man of Steel ending stretched out for 2 straight hours. So get out there and don't get immediately atomized after you threaten the guy who keeps atomizing everyone who remotely threatens him.
Exterior Kondak. Dwayne is talking incessantly about what a hero he isn't while dispatching evildoers when the Justice Society arrives in the excessively monogrammed personal flying vehicle of the guy whose only power is flight.
All right, now we have to trick this guy into saying Shazam and then somehow not immediately saying it a second time.
It's easy. Oh, sorry. How the fuck do you trick someone to saying Shazam? You gonna ask him for app recommendations?
It's easy, you guys. Watch, Dwayne. Give up and surrender. Say Shazam so that you can lose your powers and we can go home.
Oh, all this, what the fuck?
Yeah, definitely not like that. Why are you in charge?
I bend the knee to no man. Prepare for battle if you want to die.
Heroes don't kill people. Dwayne says, the guy carrying a heavy spiked mace as my only weapon that doesn't seem effective against superpowered people, but would be ideally exclusive for caving in human skulls.
Okay, but I don't want to be a hero. You can tell because I say that more than that candy-ass Vin Diesel tells you he's Groot.
Murders people in increasingly Mortal Kombat-esque ways.
Okay, but if you want to be a hero and audition for a very competent and unique superhero team,
Which I very much do not.
Exploding eyeballs with effortless finger lightning.
truly, but if you did, you'd not want to kill people.
Now that Zod snap neck. Almost every DC movie ends with a hero killing the villain. Or fuck ton of henchmen. So where is this coming from?
Genital mutilation, followed by asphyxia due to blockage of the upper airway by mutilated genitals.
Sorry to keep going on about this for what feels like an eternity, but for some reason we've decided it's going to be the central conflict of your character. So look, killing people isn't even the most effective way of getting what you want out of them.
What about threatening to kill them?
Crushing people by dropping piles of previously murdered dead bodies on them.
Yeah, that's extremely effective. In fact, it's what I do pretty much the entire movie with you.
They fight. The Justice Society puts in a good effort, but they're no match for the clause in Dwayne Johnson's contract that specifies he can never lose an on-screen fight.
Oh, okay, people, let's negotiate. Here's my proposal. I act like I have some kind of leverage in this situation and demand that you relinquish your powers, surrender completely and become my prisoner in suspended animation forever, which is effectively death. In exchange, you won't have to watch us lose to you again.
No. Fine.
He goes to Demolition Man prison wearing a mask that disables his powers, but only because he chose to lose. Dwayne's agent would like that specified in writing.
What's that, Dwayne?
Wait, are we doing a...
It's a Minority Report, yeah.
Meanwhile, Marwan has a chance to steal the crown of Sabak and then die.
Death at last! You see, Dwayne's penchant for murder was indeed his one true weakness. Now I shall be reborn as a demon monster, made of questionable CGI. There's one of us in the third act of every DC movie, and we're not about to fix what is only mostly broken.
Marwan transforms into a cameo from a Tenacious D sequel, then starts destroying Kahndaq, or liberating it as the new king, maybe. It doesn't matter.
That's right, Marvel. Was too afraid of China to do
Mephisto.
So now we're doing it.
I think our only option is to free Dwayne. I'll use my arbitrary telekinetic and telepathic abilities with an infinite spell range that somehow never seem to turn the tide of battle to... oh my.
Convince him to fight his way out of a secret government facility so that he can assert his right to remove his mask?
Yeah, pretty much.
Things have gotten a little awkward under David Zaslav, huh?
Dwayne gets back his powers and shows up to the climax of the movie named after him.
That's enough, Marwan. Do you have any last words? Particularly about confirming the existence of hell, which might be noteworthy for someone from a fictional country that is almost certainly religious.
Silence! Do you really think you can stop me? I have the power of a literal god. It would be world-breaking for a single character to be more powerful than me, and then expect audiences to believe he can be defeated in a sequel.
Oh, hold on. Hey, you bet we can stop you. Maybe not alone, but with the power of teamwork, we can come together and...
He said, I ripped in half Lightwise, starting at his head while you were talking, cleaving him in twain with my bare hands while screaming like it made me come. This is a movie for children.
You rid our country of invaders in about 5 seconds after I gave a speech that roused over our people to defend it themselves. Looks like our work here is done, team. The guy we were sent to stop is now the ruler. The guy we let have the crown was killed by him instead of captured by us, and Pierce Brosnan got himself written out of any sequels.
Tell people my powers were well defined.
Dies.
Plus, I managed to continually hit on with one female member of the team without a single complaint from HR.
I successfully made a bunch of comic nerds look me up to see if I was actually a canon DC Comics character before this movie. Admit it, you're not sure.
They leave, having accomplished literally nothing.
Dwayne, I realize you just wiped the floor with your team, and I sent after you for some reason. Every single line of the dialogue in this movie is a threat. If you ever leave Kandak, I will not hesitate to send a pinup girl with a baseball bat after you.
You can try, but nobody on this planet can stop me, especially not my classic nemesis.
Checks Wikipedia.
Okay, it says here my enemy is a child who could turn into a superhero with a magic word, so that's not happening. I decree I'm now a Superman villain. So go ahead and upgrade me to DC First Class.
Hey, so Dwayne, now that you're a hero of Kandak, I probably am saying that wrong, you could probably admit your name, Teth Adam, is old-fashioned and lame. Well, wanting to preserve 50% of it, can we have an awkward conversation about what we should call you so that we can cut to the title card as a gag, like a cold open from Always Sunny?
Wait, are we doing a...
It's a Fantastic Four.
End. Fade in. Exterior Philadelphia. The Shazam family stands all together.
Say the word!
Taste the
rainbow!
Rainbow!
What follows is the weirdest Skittles commercial you've ever seen, complete with Helen Mirren, Lucy Liu, uncomfortable age gap relationships, and a little girl riding a unicorn. Honestly, the less said about this movie, the better. End. Fade in. Exterior Gotham City. The Batfleck zooms through the streets, chasing a getaway vehicle full of criminals while trying not to crash his bike like a putz.
Ezra, you're needed in Gotham. One of Falcon's kids has stolen the super deadly virus from the lab as part of some pandemic. Hashtag lab leak. Hashtag arrest Fossey. Hashtag RFK Jr. Hashtag Joe Rogan.
Let me guess. You need me to use my super speed to get back the virus before they can release it.
Oh, for some reason I'm doing that.
Narrowly avoids being bricked by a semi.
Look, I can't risk the virus getting into Gotham River, so I'm going to attack them precisely when they are on the bridge, thereby maximizing the chances of making the vehicle careen into the river.
Explodes bike, harpoons vehicle, and ice skates on the asphalt.
Sure, I could just let them get away and then use my master detective skills to trace them. Quietly steal it back, since that's what I did the last time this exact thing happened with Kryptonite, but...
Ben, what do you need me to do?
Oh, right, sorry. Gain of Function Research Laboratory was attached to the Gotham General, so the entire building is set to collapse. There's a comically Rube Goldbergian series of death traps straight out of Final Destination, threatening to do every dead baby joke from the late 90s internet.
Blows up a gasoline tanker, interferes with 8 lanes of highway traffic, causes mass casualties.
Only you can save the babies with your super speed, and only the babies can, because nobody else is in danger in the entire collapsing hospital full of injured and sick people.
I'm on it, Ben. Let me just eat my weird raisin banana sandwich or whatever the fuck nonsense I just ordered because it seemed like something Sheldon Cooper would eat. And that's how to write autistic people without making it a whole thing.
There's no time for it, Ezra. Hi, it's me, Jeremy Irons. I'm still collecting paychecks in this franchise too. Until James Gunn tells security to turn us all the way at the door, it's all you can eat at the crap buffet, and this little piggy is hungry. Slurp, slurp, slurp.
Wizra Miller speeds to Gotham to save babies. As much we need a reminder that Wizra is the protagonist of this film, and you're supposed to be rooting for them rather than hoping they accidentally run face first into a wily coyote trap.
Ezra, I need your help again. We did careen off of the bridge after all. Don't worry, the virus is secure, but because I held the thief's hand as he fell, and then just ripped its entire arm off somehow. But now my back grappling gun is very inconveniently malfunctioning because I don't have a Morgan Freeman in this stupid, shitty universe.
Suddenly, Wonder Gadot shows up, the camera panning upwards from her, from below her, because you know why.
Sorry I'm late. I was running behind because filming for my Fast X cameo because of my Shazam 2 cameo shoot went long.
Wonder Gadot pulls Batfleck and probably some dumbass esoteric comic book character with a corny bat villain name like Holiday Killer up to safety.
Thanks for showing up. It's actually kind of fun seeing us all together doing superhero stuff in color. It's a shame it took 14 full films to give us one enjoyable Justice League sequence right as the franchise is being rebooted.
Well, that's only if you count the Snyder Cut as a separate movie. Otherwise, this production is lucky 13. Speaking of Snyderverse fans, did I mention I'm an adult virgin? Oh God, why did I say that?
Oh, that's okay. That's because you're touching my lasso of truth, which also made Batfleck here do a Reddit gag about stopping crime by eradicating poverty, even though he mostly fights aliens. Anyway, I've got to run by to my weekly meeting with Patty Jenkins where we pretend Wonder Woman 3 is still happening. Bye.
Flies away, making the use of the lasso pointless.
I should be getting back to. This thing on my arm that we'll never reference again is telling me I need to eat or I won't be able to use my super speed. If my food isn't ready yet, then it literally took about 12 minutes for a human being with 2 functioning arms working in a sandwich restaurant to put a peanut butter on cold bread.
Bye, Wizra. All right, is that it? Am I done? Did the blue suit, did the bat cycle, drop the voice modulator thing? You gave Wonder Woman a needlessly sexually charged reading for animated series fans. I go back to basketball movies now, or do I have to do being that Aquaman bullshit too?
Interior Central City. Ezra enters their apartment and finds a manila envelope containing a very important flash drive. I just got that. Yeah.
Dad, my friend Ben Affleck digitally descrambled the security footage of you buying tomatoes at the grocery store the day my mom was murdered. It looks like Billy Crudup on tape. Your alibi won't check out.
That's fine, kiddo. You did your best. I've come to terms with being wrongfully convicted of murder despite having a son who's a police forensic scientist. Now tell old Pops about this hard-hitting investigative journalist you're dating before I get the electric chair for nobody being able to figure out who killed my wife.
No, Dad, I won't give up. There's still time. I just need to experience an extremely vivid flashback of just got that.
Ezra puts on their suit and runs all the way to their childhood home to remember a thing that happened there.
Ezra, it's me, your mother. I am extremely famous Spanish actress that has been nominated for awards in Spain 22 times. I'm very excited to see why they brought me in to play this pivotal role.
Looks like you're here to cook Italian food and then get stabbed.
What?
Cooks Italian food.
Oh no.
Get stabbed.
Oh no.
Hurry, young Ezra Miller. Call 911.
Young Ezra straight up heel turns and bolts out the front door of the house onto the street.
No, you idiot. We're in a suburban kitchen in 2001. You were probably standing next to the phone when I yelled for you to call 911. Where the fuck are you running to? Your mother's death is on you, Ezra. It's on you.
Ezra stops remembering and returns to their phone call.
Huh. I guess I always had this super weird run, even as a kid.
You sure did, sport. Anyway, we never figured out what actually killed her, and nobody really cares aside from the impact it's had on me.
Well, I won't rest until I've proven your innocence in a way that sworn testimony that I heard my mother scream in the kitchen while you were still in the driveway never could. If only I had the ability to time travel. But the only way to do that reliably would be with some kind of cosmic treadmill, a concept whose name is too stupid even for this movie.
Ezra runs super fast and arrives at the Chrono Bowl, a much less stupid name. Ezra can use it to travel to different points in time, but mostly sticks to places production already built sets for. Interior, Central City, the past. Ezra travels back to 2001 and slips a fateful can of tomatoes into Mirabelle Verdu's cart.
Perfect. Now that she won't forget the tomatoes, she'll have no reason to send my dad back to the store. This will prevent whoever wanted to frame him from being able to, because now he'd definitely be home when she's murdered, which will make him look even more guilty. Wait, the entire story hinges on this can of tomatoes things, and there's no reason why this would prevent her murder or prove his innocence. Wow, good thing I spent like 20 seconds considering this, or I'd actually have to commit it to this stupid idea. I'll need to think of something else.
Turns out Ezra doesn't. This does the trick. So Ezra tries to travel back to 2023, but a spiky rock monster in the Chrono Bowl pushes them out, and Ezra winds up in 2013, which is about how long ago this movie has been in development hell.
Oh, hi, Ezra. So glad to see you. I sure do enjoy not having been murdered.
And I am loving my freedom from not being in prison. Everything is so great. Really, the only thing that sucks about our lives is that our kid turned into a version of Ezra Miller that is impossibly more annoying than ever.
That can't be true. I mean, yes, I was a tad grading in Justice League, but me entering the Speed Force is 2022's most cheer-worthy moment.
By the way, champ, we stayed together long enough to decide we want a divorce.
Suddenly, Ezra sees an alternate version of themselves approach the house and goes to intercept.
Ezra, it's me, Ezra. I'm you from an alternate timeline where I cut my own hair.
Wow. A multiverse adventure. What an interesting concept to explore, because it's 2013, so we're not at all fatigued by seeing this exact same story 15 times.
Wait, that's the year you get your powers. We have to hurry and make sure you get them before lightning strikes the clock tower. Your forensic science laboratory.
Huh? If I'm supposed to get my powers today, then why am I not just going to, get them? Sorry for not keeping up. I seem to have legitimate brain damage.
Because in this timeline, your mother wasn't no reason. But you don't become an obsessive forensic expert in this timeline, and you need to be surrounded by random beakers full of forensic chemicals when you get struck by lightning to become superpowered, which is the origin story we're going to stick with unchanged.
So I don't have my powers, the motivation to use my powers, or the knowledge about this timeline that could help you. Kind of sounds like you should have just done this adventure on your own without involving me at all. I'm 100% dead weight.
Well, does it change your mind if you know that today is also the day that Michael Shannon and his alien force invades to try and blow up the planet?
Depends. Do I use my powers to help stop it?
No. Actually, you're utterly worthless in the battle. You make one kid watch his father die and then leave. Really, what we need to do is find Superman. And to do that, really what we need is to find Batman.
Okay, fine. I'll go along with you on the one condition that I'd be such a useless little wet fart that even you can't stand being around me.
Ezra Miller helps Extra Miller gain their superpowers, but in the process, loses their own.
Damn. You're going to have to do all the super speed stuff now. The only way to learn is by having you burn your clothes off and phase your clothes off and then talk about your dick.
Truly the role I was born to play. All right, so how do we find this Batman?
Well, I know his secret identity, so we'll just go to his house, which is located so far away from where we are that I had to super speed run all the way there earlier, and I no longer have super speed powers. But if we just smash cut to us arriving there, no questions will be raised. So
Smash cut to interior Wayne Manor. They go to Wayne Manor, but discover there's no Ben Affleck there. But it's instead, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Cross that off of my contract.
Michael Keaton? You're Batman in this timeline? How the shit does me moving a can of tomatoes in 2001 cause a butterfly effect like that? I even changed Back to the Future to star Eric Stoltz somehow, even though it came out in 1985.
Let me explain. For some reason, I'm a theoretical physicist now too, so I know all about time travel. You see, you think that when you change something in the past, it creates a branching timeline.
Like in those unwatchable MCU multiverse movies?
What? Everyone loves those. They stopped after Endgame in this universe. But anyway, When you change the past, it actually puts you in a different, discrete timeline altogether, like these two spaghetti strands demonstrate.
What is it with Italian food around here?
Listen, Ezra, you shouldn't go around trying to save your dead parents. Having dead parents is what makes us who we are.
Are you saying that, given the choice, you like being Batman more than you liked your parents being alive?
Weirdly, yes, that is exactly what I'm saying. Have you seen all my wonderful toys? I wouldn't have any of this stuff if I didn't inherit all my dead parents' wealth. Fuck them.
Speaking of people dying, there's an evil Kryptonian army that just invaded this planet, and we need help locating a good Kryptonian that I'm confident must be here somewhere, even though none of the other members of the Justice League are.
Absolutely not. I would never help you find and free a Kryptonian, since I share most of my personality traits with the Batman from your timeline, and he was so distrustful of Kryptonians based on this invasion that he tried to spear murder all of them. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'll do it. Hey, did you know mistletoe can be deadly if you eat it? Good enough. Cross another item off of the Bat contract. Interior, secret Siberian prison. Michael Keaton and some other characters who don't matter anymore now that he's in the movie all break into a secret facility that has captured a mysterious Kryptonian. Once there, they discover Sasha Calle.
Am I? My appearance as Supergirl get chucked into this vault next to Batgirl? Or will people see me wear this god-awful suit?
No, against all odds, this movie actually came out. Eventually. We were going to help kick off the DCEU, but now we're helping it kick the bucket.
Listen, I have no idea what's going on right now, but is there any way I could be extremely annoying while it happens?
Oh, I'm too weak to even question being saved by the Weenie twins and their grandpa. But as soon as I have my strength back, I've got some more questions.
We have to move. There's a lot going on in this region of the world right now, and I'd prefer we spend as little time in Siberia as possible. They get to the surface, and Sasha Calle as Supergirl actually sees the light of day. She charges up her powers and absolutely demolishes the military, and they escape to Michael Keaton's Batcave. Interior Batcave. Michael, now also a master chemist, electrical engineer, and general wizard, sets up the circumstances for Ezra getting superpowers with a bunch of beakers full of colored liquid just kind of sitting near Ezra a few feet away from the Batmobile that won't be used.
All right, with absolutely zero understanding of why this led to me getting my powers in the first place, I'm confident that this thrown together facsimile accurately recreates the conditions of my origin. Dr. Frankenstein, flip the switch.
Ezra gets electrocuted, but it doesn't bring back their powers. So they get electrocuted again, and this time it does.
Cool, I'm a superhero again. Hey, dumb Ezra, I'm going to need my dick binding suit back. Sorry for being a de-gifter.
That's fine. I can just build a new one out of an extra Batman suit that performs none of the necessary functions your suit does while also preventing my head from turning.
Seeing you both act like complete morons nonstop has inspired me to want to stop Michael Shannon from destroying the planet after all. Super Calle, fragile little Ezra is atrocious. Will you help us?
No. Yes.
Exterior desert. Michael, Ezra, Extra, and Sasha all go to confront Michael Shannon and his Kryptonian forces.
Slurp, slurp, slurp. This little piggy wants this yummy, yummy crap.
Aunt J. Truhay still has no line, but makes slurping gestures and mimes a pig oinking. Surprisingly, this battle goes very poorly for the septuagenarian with no superpowers, the person who got their powers back 5 minutes ago, the imbecile who got their powers yesterday, and the alien prisoner who discovered her powers 10 minutes ago. Everybody dies.
Ezra, did we seriously bring Michael Keaton back as Batman just to watch him die?
Certainly not. Let's travel back in time and do the one thing you spent the movie learning not to do.
They try to change the outcome, but everybody dies anyway.
Ezra, did we seriously bring Michael Keaton back as Batman just to watch him die repeatedly?
No, let's try again. This was all your idea, by the way. I don't know why you're yelling at me for it.
They try to change the outcome, but everybody dies again, over and over.
Holy fuck, did we seriously bring Michael Keaton back as Batman just to establish canonically that the only universe in which he exists is the one where his planet gets obliterated by aliens in 2013, and there's literally no way to prevent it?
Okay, yeah, that's what we did.
Don't forget also establishing that Zod effortlessly wins in any universe where Superman has a vagina, even if assisted by not one but two speedsters with unlimited retries. Being a girl is an anti-superpower so strong it cancels out everything else.
Dies infinitely. Suddenly, Ezra and Extra are confronted by yet another Ezra Miller, a spiky rock monster version that's been trapped in the Chrono Bowl for decades, and who's also been seared and charred for extra Cajun flavor.
I've been trying to win this battle for ages. It was me, Ezra. That's why I pushed you into 2013 time stream, so you could give me my powers, thereby creating myself. Don't think too hard about it. It's clever when time travel movies do this. Not a huge twist that the one living organism I encountered inside this place that only I can go into turned out to be me, but sure. Color me shocked.
Look, our endless fucking around with time has caused the discrete universes in the multiverse to collapse. Who could have ever seen this coming aside from everyone that's ever consumed literally any sci-fi media?
I can't believe we're still doing this multiverse shtick. In the time it took to make this movie, an entire Flash TV series started and concluded that adapted this exact same comic book storyline.
Don't forget there were also 16 animated DC films, which also included an adaptation of the same comic book storyline.
God damn, a Spider-Man multiverse movie just came out last week. I'm so fucking tired of this dumb formula and the obsession with 2-second meaningless cameos. I have to end this.
Kills Extra Miller.
Oh no! Killing my younger self also kills me. This makes no sense at all with the spaghetti thing. How did they have 10 years to write the screenplay and it came out like this?
Dies. We see the multiverse, or we see the universes of the old George Reeves Superman, where the actual world is black and white because the footage is. We see the universe of Christopher Reeve Superman and Helen Slater Supergirl as they just sort of stare at a giant threatening wormhole opening in their sky and heroically attempt to do nothing about it collapsing into another universe. We see the universe of Nicolas Cage Superman fighting a giant spider, and Kevin Smith ejaculates in his jorts so hard he goes on Twitter and posts an extremely explicit 12-post thread describing it. Adam West Batman is there too, but the CGI budget frankly ran out 2 multiverse cameos ago, so everything else is just still frames. Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern is nowhere to be seen because he's filming Deadpool 3, which has the exact same plot as this movie.
The only way to fix this is to go back in time and fuck my own mother. But Eric Stoltz already tried that idea, so I guess I'll just have to kill her instead. Those are the rules of fuck, marry, kill, and they are very rigid.
Ezra goes back in time to 2001 again, but stopping 9/11 is off the table.
Hello, random stranger in a grocery store. I don't know why, but I can tell you I need a hug from someone who is a mother, but presumably not your mother.
You're right. One last hug before I remove these tomatoes from your shopping cart and cause you to die by a fatal stabbing that nobody's even remotely questioning the cause of. Like, it doesn't even get mentioned.
Oh, the tomatoes. Thank you for reminding me to pick those up.
Ezra goes back in time again, but this time removes the tomatoes and does the creepy thing where they satisfy their need for physical affection with a woman while she's frozen in time and unaware that any caressing is going on. Exterior Central City, present day. Ezra returns to the original timeline on the day of their father's appeal hearing in a movie where Ezra already led a prison break sequence with seemingly no qualms.
Dad, I know that the entire lesson I learned was screwing with the past has disastrous consequences, but fuck it. I swapped the tomato can, so now your face should be visible in the security cam footage.
Wow, great work. Wait, but the entire point of the murder that we're suspiciously incurious about was to frame me for it. So won't whoever did the actual murder just wait and do it another time so that I won't have an alibi?
That's what I said. But no, it works out. The day is saved by literally standing back and letting my own mother get brutally stabbed to death with a kitchen knife in her own home. And it doesn't count as a heroic sacrifice on her part because she had no agency in it. What a satisfying ending.
Ezra walks out of the courthouse and runs into George Clooney. Hi, Flash. I'm Batman.
What? The one cameo we get that isn't character model from the Injustice video games, and it's Clooney?
And they tried to get Christian Bale, but he unleashed a string of Welsh swear words that James Gunn had to look up. I just told him I didn't want to shave my beard, even though it negates any possibility of me being Batman, and they agreed. Can you believe it?
Fine. Does it even matter what's canon in a sequel to a movie there's 2 official versions of? Does Martian Manhunter even exist here? The whole point of the Flashpoint storyline is that Flash accidentally creates an alternate DC universe. It is so full of violence and misery that he has to fix it by that basically is the canon Snyderverse. But that basically is the canon Snyderverse. So sure, let's end on a Treehouse of Horror-esque reveal where everything is the same except we have lizard tongues.
The film flops so hard that Warner Brothers stops doing whatever voodoo magic that's been keeping Ezra out of jail and miraculously off the radar of Fox News commentators as the exact manifestation of their cultural boogeyman. End. Exterior post-credit sequence. Jason Momoa passes out in a puddle of urine behind a bar or some shit to tease the next DCEU flop. Nobody cares. End. And that was the DCEU. Is there a reason we didn't do Blue Beetle or Aquaman 2? Aquaman 2 is not out yet, and I liked Blue Beetle. So that's why. Thank you so much for joining us for this one. This was a ton of fun. And let's be real, once there's more of these in the James Gunn continuity, we'll probably be back to do an abridged version of a couple of those. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you at the next one.